Hi everyone, hope you're doing good. Welcome back to another album review, and today we're going to be reviewing Paul Gilbert's Werewolves of Portland. Come out actually quite a while ago now. Back in June. It's his 16th solo album. Everyone knows Paul Gilbert, Racer X and Mr. Big guitar player, absolutely insane. A brilliant guitar player. This come out on Players Club Records, which I've never heard of until this release. This album is mainly instrumental rock. It's got little bits of progressive stuff in there, some psychedelic stuff, lots of other different influences, blues, little bits of jazz. But yeah, if you know from the previous update video I'd done not that long ago, I got this and I got the album that he'd done before that, Behold Electric Guitar, and personally I think that Werewolves of Portland is better than that one. Lastly on this, before we get into the proper review, Paul does all the instruments. See, on Behold Electric Guitar he had a band, but on this one he done all the instruments himself, all the guitars, bass, drums, keyboards, which I think is really cool that he pretty much done it all himself. Shows that it's a real proper solo album. Now let's just get straight into the review. My top 3 songs are Hello North Dakota, Werewolves of Portland and Argument About Pie. Them 3 are just the standouts, but you know there's lots of really good tracks on here. Let's just talk about Hello North Dakota. That's the album opener. It's a really great opener. The start and the end just reminds me a little bit of like the American national anthem. I don't know why, it just has that sort of vibe to it, and then it goes into the song and there's some really cool riffs, and the guitar solo he does in the middle of the song is brilliant. There's lots of changes in the song. It sort of goes up and it goes down, and lots of changes, so many twists and turns. Absolutely love that. Werewolves of Portland was the first song I actually heard off the album, and it's great. It's absolutely great. It's got some Rush vibes with some of the riffs he uses, especially in the sort of the middle of the song. There's this riff and it sounds just like Alex Lifeson, even the same tone as what he used as well, which is really cool. The melodies and everything he uses in this song, all the melodies are brilliant, and it's got really cool bluesy bit in the middle, and he does this awesome guitar solo. It's absolutely brilliant. I love that song, and he does this cool bit with the slide as well, because Paul Gilbert, his guitar is it's a remake of an Iceman, but he swapped it so then these bits are the other way round, and he calls it a Fireman. And then what they done, they put a magnet there for his slide, so then he can quickly take it off and put it back on. Pretty cool. But yeah, he does a really cool slide bit. He uses the slide a lot on this album though. And then Argument About Pie, again he does some cool slide bits. And then there's some really cool Marty Friedman vibes in the kind of chorus section. I love the melodies that he uses, and it's a really well put together song, and some really cool stuff. That's my favourite song off the album. Now let's just quickly go into the rest of the album. There's only 10 tracks, so it won't take too long. My Goodness is the second song off the album, and that's a really cool, fun kind of song. Some really cool groovy riffs and some really cool licks in there. Some really awesome melodies and leads again. The melodies and the leads make the song for me. It's just really awesome. Some cool riffs, some neat little changes in there for tempo again. It sort of slows down and in areas, and then it goes back up again, and the guitar solo is amazing as well. That's a really great song. Professorship at the Leningrad Conservatory, bit of a mouthful, but Again, he does some really cool slide guitar on that. It's another really well put together song. Yeah, he uses the slide to make some really cool medleys as well. Not medleys, melodies. It's got a Mr. Big style groove to it. It's sort of very groovy and sort of in that Mr. Big vibe, a little bit jazzy at the same time, and some really cool guitar solos once again. Then we come on to Meaningful, and that's my least favourite song. It just lacks something that the rest of the album has basically. It's a bit slow and it's a bit sort of pedestrian, but towards the end he does a pretty cool guitar solo, which is always nice. But yeah, that song's just a bit of a downer for me. I Want to Cry Even Though I Ain't Sad. Yeah, the opening riff has got a real Rush, Mr. Big kind of vibe to it, which I really like. And then it goes a little kind of bluesy in the middle, and then it sort of has some, uses a lot of blues techniques and really cool. And then it kind of goes a bit jazzy, bluesy. Yeah, some really cool guitar work in that song, some really cool licks and solos that he does, which is really cool. A Thunderous Ovation, Shook the Columns, another crazy album, like song title. It's just a really cool, solid rock song, a little bit Joe Satriani-ish. Some really cool techniques that he puts in that song. It's a really fun song as well, really cool, really catchy. Some really nice melodies as well again. And yeah, in the middle it kind of slows down again, it changes the whole tempo of the song, and then it kind of goes back up again towards the end. Yeah, that's a really, really cool song. Problem Solving People was that was probably the closest to getting in the top 3. That's got a real Mr. Big sort of vibe again, with the riffs, really kind of groovy, catchy, really fun sounding song. Some really cool rock riffs in there, and the bass guitar really stands out on that song. Yeah, it's an excellent guitar solo as well, as always. Yeah, that's a great song. And then the last song, You Would Not Be Able to Handle What I Handle Every Day. Another absolutely crazy song title. That's got a real sort of Joe Satriani, almost kind of his experimental rock vibes. And it's got a slight bluesy, jazzy elements going on in there as well. It's just a really cool, fun song to end the album. He does a really cool wah solo as well, which is really cool. I love the wah pedal. And then towards the end, he has the same sort of fuzzy, gritty tone as like Jimi Hendrix used to use, which I thought was pretty cool. And then right at the end of the song, he does like this weird outro, like sounds like the E.T. theme or something weird like that. Very strange, but yeah, overall really cool song. Now we come on to the whole verdict of the album, my overall thoughts, and it's just a really fun album, really. Like there isn't a lot wrong with it. I really thought the album was brilliant when I listened to it. Really, really fun, really cool sort of instrumental rock. If you're into like instrumental rock, then I think you absolutely love this album. Yeah, it's really enjoyable, very consistent. Yeah, I'm not really sure where it compares to his discography, his Mr. Big stuff and his solo albums, but for me, I'd have it quite high in the ranking, and also I think it would be quite high on my albums of the year video as well. And for that reason, I'm going to give this album a 9 out of 10. So that was my album review of Paul Gilbert's Werewolves of Portland. Please let me know what you thought of the album, if you've listened to it, and if you might go and check it out now. That'd be wicked. What's your favourite Paul Gilbert album that he played on? Solo or Mr. Big or Race X or whatever. Yeah, I've got lots more content coming out now, so please stay tuned if you're interested. I've got more. I think I will be having some more album reviews out because there's quite a few albums that I would like to buy. that are coming out towards the end of the year. So yeah, there'll be way more of them. Lots more other content, guitar stuff and what ifs and whatever, all that stuff. So yeah, please, if you're new, please subscribe if you're not already, and check out all the stuff, like, share, and all that stuff. All feedback and comments are much appreciated. And to those who are already subscribed, massive thank you to all of you people. And now that's it. Until the next one, keep rocking and keep shredding.